Seems like the program thinks we're streaming at least. Now. Let's see. Are we live? It says we're live.
Whoa, I cannot believe.
It seems like we're actually live. Okay, y'all are old. Indeed.
Oh no.
I'm old. You're not old.
I'm old. I'm a quarter of a century. That is old.
Alrighty. Okay. Everything seems like it's working and making sense. To some degree, let's pop out this chat. Good lord. They keep changing the way that YouTube live streams work. And it's become a total convoluted clusterfuck. Because I don't know if the programs that we use to stream comprehend the new paradigm of how things work. In my actual my usual live stream backroom, it currently says that I'm not online, which we clearly are. But okay, so it is live in the new event thing. We got a $2 super chat from Butthole Weeb saying, "You guys got Shield too, my brothers."
Hell yeah.
Indeed. Why did you want to get Shield? What inspired you?
It's red. Also, I think Sword is kind of beta.
Okay. I mean, I like the at first I thought that the Shield dog looked really stupid, but then I found out that it's like wearing armor. There's an actual non-armored version of it that looks a lot better and makes a lot more sense. And I was like, okay, that's fair. It's fair. If it's an actual shield and it's not actually its face, then it's less stupid. So, all right, we are live. There doesn't seem to be any issues. We got 114 viewers.
Holy shit.
We've already made $2.
Whoa, that's more than I made all day.
So I'm going to explain the purpose of this stream, and then we're gonna start, I guess, doing it up, doing
Excellent.
it real good. Because so anybody who's a patron of mine will be aware that I am well behind on certain patron rewards. And my Patreon has a structure where there's a bunch of different reward tiers. If you're at the top, you have access to everything below it, So a lot of people have access to a lot of stuff, and certain stuff, like the smaller stuff, the cheaper stuff, is easier to keep up with. I've always had the 2 weeks review going, I try to update my patrons fairly regularly. I sometimes just release stuff that I didn't want to post anywhere else on there, But the rants, that's the biggest thing. That has become the bread and butter of my Patreon, is that I will rant about whatever you want. For $15 every month, you get another rant request for $15. However, I kind of had this soft idea that I'll watch one episode of anything, basically, or the equivalent of whatever that is. So 20, 30 minutes. But people would request me basically anything. They'd be like, "Oh, you can watch it until you don't want to anymore," I guess. But if they recommend me something good, like a good movie, I want to watch the whole movie, I just thought it was it's too weird of a paradigm, and it puts me in a position where as time has gone on, because of the fact that people already know my opinions on lots of things,
Indeed.
So if you're trying to come up with something for me to rant about, you're going to be like, "Oh, well, what about this thing? Talk about this album that you might be interested in, or this movie you might be interested in." And that's all well and good, but when it becomes that's half of the rants, it's a lot of watching, So I recently restructured my rants so that it's now for $10 you get a rant about anything that I don't have to consume anything for, because that's what a lot of the rants are. I would say more than half of them usually are stuff I don't have to watch anything for. It's just opinion pieces, Those are fun to just crank through. And I don't even mind the recommendation stuff because I get to watch a lot of cool stuff through the rants that I wouldn't watch ordinarily or listen to. I've definitely been exposed to lots of interesting stuff this way. So,
Me too.
I like the idea of allowing people to pay me to watch a show or something, but it just the time investment is so much vastly greater for those that it should cost more, you know? So it's now, for anything under 30 minutes, it's a $20 rant. And for anything under 2.5 hours, it's a $30 rant. But I only offer 10 of those. I think I only offer 20 of the $20 rants and 10 of the $30 rants. Like, it's like the most I think I can do, you know, in a month, reasonably, and maintain sanity from this point forward. But that plan is all well and good. But that plan was put in place to, you know, to stitch up. And this was... It took me a lot of fucking meditating on it to figure out what I wanted the new structure to be. Like, I spent months knowing that I wanted to... For a long time, I thought I was just going to linearly increase the price of rants to $20 and hope that it didn't scare too many people off the tier and that, you know, the extra $5 that everybody's paying would offset the difference. But I think this is a even better, more sensible way of doing it because, again, $10 rants, they will take no effort, and I think more people might sign up for it if it's even cheaper, you know? But they're not going to do that if they sign up to be a patron and the first thing they hear is that the rants are months behind, which they have been. Today, I posted the almost last batch of October rants. There are still 5 more rants from October I have to do, which involve consuming some kind of odd media. One of them's another Teen Titans rant, for instance. One's about a visual novel that I don't want to have to play any of. I don't even know how I'm going to get it because it's expensive. You know, it's an $8 game. I'm not going to buy it. I use only, you know, I'm supposed to be making money off of this endeavor. So anyways, yeah, so like the rants from October are almost done, but there's still all the November rants before we even get into the December rants, which, going by the way that the rants are meant to be done, the structure of the way that they were done in the beginning, and this has been going, I've been doing these since last November, and they were going perfectly fine until July when Otakon hit, and then I caught up briefly at the end of August, and then fell behind again, and have not been back on schedule since. So we have to get it back. It has to go back on schedule. That is, how has nobody asked for a Sekiro rant? I don't know. That's a surprise. I played a lot of Sekiro, and I've basically not talked about it at all. Somebody should jump in. See, okay, here's the thing. If you are not sure about a rant idea, you can ask, but, like, that would be a $10 rant topic because I've already played the game. I don't have to do anything. And there's tons of publicly available information about, like, what I have or haven't consumed, you know? I have my Mal, I have... maybe I should make, on my Patreon, I should make a post of just, like, all of the games I've played, lists and stuff that I have. And people can ask me for rants about stuff like that. But, good thinking there with the Sekiro. Hopefully somebody will pay me to rant about it, because I'm sure I have plenty to say, although it's been, like, a while since I played it. But anyway, I pretty much stopped because we moved, and I had no more time to play that game at all anymore.
It happens.
So yeah, I'm months behind on getting these rants done, but like it's basically the way I've always done them was just a blitzkrieg at the end of the month, because the idea is supposed to be that I open up the rant request thread at the start of the month. Like at the very beginning, it should be like November rant requests, post them here. And then you get a thread of everybody, because then everybody can see everybody else's rant requests, so there's no duplicates. So you go through and you post your rant request, and then I can just, as soon as they start coming in, I can start ranting, and doing them over the course of the month. That's the idea that it's supposed to be like, which has never been like. It's been like briefly for a couple days a few times in a few months, but generally I get way too absorbed in other projects and I don't want to take time away to work on rants. So I usually would do them all in like the last 3 days of the month, just by sitting in a chair for hours on end and just ranting all fucking day, which again is not bad. It's actually pretty fun to do, and in the early rants I didn't get asked to watch a lot of stuff. I really got a lot more questions about things that people already knew I had consumed, so It didn't seem like it would be so time consuming until later on when, and again, people recommend me some good stuff. So it's not like I want to just pull myself away after 15 minutes if they do recommend a movie that I like Kirikou and the Sorceress.
Oh, yeah, we had to watch the whole thing.
He literally said, you could just watch the first half or
boy.
whatever. And no, I was like, well, this movie's great. I want to see it all the way through, How is it even possible that you haven't made a rule that people have to provide you a thingy they want you to rant on? They do. Everybody provides me a thing they want me to rant about. Is that what you mean? Don't know what he means. Gigi, shut up. May, stand up and do a spin. Michelle keeps saying that over and over.
I'm not standing.
There's no space for you to do a spin.
Not standing.
Not in this setup.
I stood too much today.
Digi's a southerner, right? Yeah! God, this game is ugly. I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
So anyway, I missed a super chat earlier from, I think, Butthole Weed. No, it was from Jalen. $5. He says, being late on everything is part of the Digibro brand. It wouldn't be the same otherwise. Agreed. Butthole Weed with $5. I'm going to Shinagawa City, Tokyo, and Kyoto next year. Anything you lovely folks want me to send to your P.O. Box, Daddy Bear. Don't send anything to my P.O. Box because I fucking haven't checked it in 2 months, and I think it's overflowing. I think somebody told me they had something sent back to them. I don't know if that's because I had to pick it up. I don't know if I had to sign for it.
Probably. Oh my god. Even thinking about going to the post office in the next couple of days is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because of Christmas.
Oh god. Thanks for saving my life yet again with that melodic shit posting. I completely forgot about the horrible situation I was in. I'm glad I could help. All those dads came together in their moment of complete absent-mindedness, wandering the Harris Teeter, and thinking about middle child and how money in your ass don't make you gay.
Money in your ass don't make you gay.
Nah, man, providing the actual thing. I want you to rant on this visual novel. Here's a code for it. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Usually people ask me to rant about stuff that I know I can find illegally somewhere online. But, I don't really know how to find, illegal visual novels, particularly American ones, that are on Steam. I don't have sources for downloading games, I guess. Not that, and I generally don't like to download shit onto my computer. I prefer to stream most stuff if I can because of the fact that I don't want to have to manage files all the fucking time with the amount of shit I watch and the little amount of space that I have. What are you even working on that's been taking away your time from the rants? Everything else that you've seen come out. I mean, I did the whole list, the big top of the decade list, for the first few days of this month, or first few weeks of this month. When did I post that? I posted it less than a week ago, right? In the time since then, I've been working on the rants. And, the thing is that when I make the rants, I record them in bulk, usually. I usually record a whole bunch at once. And, you can't... I cannot simply upload them as is, as soon as they're recorded, because when you do, raw video files, they are pretty huge. Editing them in YouTube takes forever. It's just nowhere near as convenient as re-rendering the video, editing it myself so I can cut out the silence at the start and end and any mistakes that might be in there. And so, I record these en masse, and then I have to bring them all into the computer, bring them one by one into the editing bay, chop off the beginning and end, render it. That takes probably the length of the video, or maybe half of that, because I render them in 720p. So, and then uploading doesn't take that long either, but you have to do every single one individually, So, and give each one a title and a thumbnail. So, it's by far the easiest way to do it is to have as many as fucking possible when you sit down to do that. If you have 50 rants recorded, then you can just sit down for 5 hours and render and upload and add thumbnails and titles to all 50 rants in one sitting. And I've done that many times, So, that's pretty much why I prefer to record them in batches. But, if I were to say record a batch and then let's say 10 on one night, I'm not going to immediately upload those. Fuck. I'm going to wait till I have like 30 or so built up, you know, and then edit and upload them all. So like sometimes it's like it's not a matter of, oh, I'm not doing any rants. It's like I recorded 5 today and 6 3 days after that, and then I recorded like 15 the next time I had time, and then at the end of the week I finally sat down and put them all up, you know. So yeah, that's. I just kind of got on a tangent. Butthole Wee with $10 says, for my next $20 rant, I'm just gonna make you watch my newest drunk video review. It's only $5. It's on Maddox01, which is the anime Maddox named himself after. Not as funny as my Idion praise. Lol. I've always wanted to watch Maddox01 because of the fact that Maddox named himself after it. And it looks like it has sick animation. How about just making one big video with timestamps of what the list? Because I wanted, it's fucking long, and I wanted. Oh, you mean for the rants? No, I already have a bunch of videos explaining why I don't do it that way. Just look through. I know they're buried in rants at this point, but I've explained it multiple times, and I'm not going to explain it again. Isn't consensual good based on biology? Like, you can always see an actually well-drawn picture because it pleases your eyes, which makes it objective, nature-based. What? No, because not everybody would agree on what is a well-drawn picture, like what pleases your eyes. Like, what pleases my eyes literally
culturally based.
Is way different than what pleases somebody else's eyes. I would say that's extremely subjective. Sound is delayed. Who knows why?
Your messages are delayed, brother.
I had to unsub from the After Dark channel because of the rant spam. That's fine. The After Dark channel is now the main channel. Like, in case this wasn't clear when I did the whole merge, the After Dark channel is just for rants and occasionally videos that even I don't think really need to be on, like, the internet, you know? But the Digibro channel is the After Dark channel. It's wrapped into one. I'm just posting everything on that
right
channel
here.
now. If
even
you couldn't
Pokemon
tell by the shit post from yesterday.
Trying to force mix racing.
Race mixing, you mean?
No, it's mix racing.
I don't think they're trying to force it. It's just England. So, anyway, I'm going to start doing the November rants in this here live stream.
Oh, exciting.
That's how I'm going to burn through
I even submitted a November rant last night.
You did submit a rant for November for me to do that I could do on this show. And probably will, because it'd be funny.
Oh, boy.
Butthole Weeb with $2 says, Hideaki Anno key animated Maddox. I explain in vid.
No, I didn't want that one.
Excellent. Anno
lemonade.
is a god man. Alright, I gotta find here we go. November rant requests here. There are 64 of them, so it seems like a lot of people did not get in before the deadline, possibly because of the fact that they still had not received their October rants and either forgot or unpatroned or just didn't care. I don't know what the true answer is for the most people.
Mine's the latest one.
I don't know how many, like, I definitely, I was watching, like, a video or something that was from, like, July, where it showed a picture of my Patreon, and I realized I had definitely, like, lost a considerable amount of money. And I was like, I wonder, I don't know if it's rant people, or what. I don't know what causes it, because I don't check the outro messages that people send of why they left. It doesn't push those to you. You don't get emails.
Sometimes it's just painful. Sometimes you don't want to read it. The truth hurts.
I would rather read all of it, because I always understand. I'm always just like, that's a good reason, you know? Like, rant wasn't on time for 2 months. Yeah, I wouldn't pay $15 a month for that behavior, but then again, I wouldn't pay for a rant. I patron people just because I like them to do the stuff that they already do. But, I mean, these people probably do as well. They've been very forgiving with me. So, alright, here's the first. Well, let's answer this Lumia Stargazer Super Chat, $2. How much would it cost for thoughts on a 3x3 rant? That would be just a $10 tier, because it's just a picture. A picture is no time investment. I literally just have to look at it and form an opinion. So stuff like that, stuff like the person who sent me like the Higurashi character designs and wanted me to rate them, but he like sent